So now that we have successfully created the front part of the front fender, I know in the last video I said bumper, my bad. We're going to work on the top of like going over into the hood. Now I have this particular vertex selected, and the reason why I have it selected is because I notice in my side view that this particular angle is off. I want to show you this picture of the 69 Charger, and you can see that there it does this really, it's obviously the same angle, right? But let's see if I can, it's because it's isolated. It has that same line that the other image does, but on our particular model, this shape is kind of like an L, and I believe that we need to change that particular vertex point that I just had highlighted on here. So let's go into our perspective, and it's this one right here. So it's that guy right there, and if we make a smoother transition for it, then it'll look a little bit nicer. And now I am using the world axes, and I'll click on this guy and make the transition a little bit smoother. So as I'm looking at the perspective and my my view right here, so let's bring this up like so. And then I'll bring this guy up a little bit as well. And in my top view, I am moving this guy closer. You see? So before it was like out here, but I want to move it a little bit closer here. If I hold V, I could snap it right there. So that's that kind of smoother transition I was referencing to, and then I'll bring this guy up a little bit as well. And so now I press 3. That's the shape that we're going for. Okay, I'll press 1, go to the edge, select this edge, and I'll hold shift, double click this edge. So I'm not going to click this one here. Alright, so I'm leaving one of these edges off. So if you look, see these guys. So I'll go to my top view. I'll turn off my grid so it's not so confusing. And then in my top view, making sure that everything aligns properly. So let's go ahead and extrude. Control E. Now, question is, should I press W and move it over, or should I move it over using the component? And if I use this way, then I can always move it up like that, or I can simply just press W from the get-go and move it over. So that's going to be your decision. I want to go into my front view as well. Sorry for the jerky mouse, and I'll move it up like that. I'll take this vertex here I'll hold V and snap it. And now I'll select both of those vertices, and I want to make sure I don't have any other vertex selected behind it. Alright, so there are two vertices sharing that space. And I'll go to Edit Mesh, Merge to Center, or you can simply hold Shift, right mouse click and hold, merge vertices to center. So now when you press 3, they're connected there. And we need to connect that one there. So if I press 1, you can see it's kind of just floating around. I'll hold V, I'll snap it there. I'll highlight both of those, hold Shift, right mouse click and hold, merge vertices, merge to center. Alright. Let's go back to our top view. And I'll press 4. Now, since I moved it along the world, I'll hold, it's kind of keep going. It's like this edge, hold Shift, double click here. Alright, so now I have all of them selected. I'll press and hold Shift, click on the x-axis. I'll move it over to about here. I'll move it down and take that vertex and move it here. And but before I move anything else, I'll go to my front view. Let's make sure everything aligns. There you go. I press the down arrow. Oops. So if I'm doing this correct, whatever happens in my front view should be perfect in my top view. And it is just a little bit off in that front view, just a hair. So if you don't want to, watch me do this, and of course you can always fast forward because it's not, time lapsed, then you're gonna have to hear me click away. It's all good. I don't have any funny jokes to tell you, so might be a little boring. If I were you, I'd stick around because I'm almost finished. There we go. That one, and okay. So now I can maybe just like click on this vertex. I think that should be fun. Because the top of our vehicle is not very round, I'm going to insert 2 more edge loops. And the way I'm going to do that is simply by holding Shift, right mouse click and hold, insert edge loop tool, option box. I have those 2 selected, and I'm going to click here. Now I know there's an option that will make the hood raise. I think it is, no, it's not it. Let's see, insert edge flow. Alright, see? And I can put another one here. And it raises the geometry so it's flat. I mean, not flatter, but more round. So I'll just kind of go over that one more time. I'll press Y, which is repeat previous command. If I click on multiple edge loops, and then let's say I click here, it's going to keep it flat, and then of course I would have to press W and move it up like that. So that's one way of doing it. If we, I think it's fixed quads. No, let's see. Autocomplete. It's one of these. All right. Nope. Sorry. If we click on equal distance from edge, and then so let me just reset this. Equal distance from edge, and we click on this guy. I click one here and then one there. See how it kind of like raises the surface? Okay. So now when I move this particular edge, I'm going to switch into component, so that moves it along the surface. And sorry, I hope that last part wasn't like too confusing for you guys. I'll press 4, move this down like so. I'll press 5. Okay. And that looks good. I press 3. Nice and curved. Press 1. Okay. And there we go. So we got the front fender, the top part of that, and we can actually move on to just correcting a few little areas. So let's kind of bring this down here, bring that down just a little bit. Now I know at the front view, slightly off, so I'm not going to mess with these too much. Let's go to object mode. I was almost finished until I looked at a few other reference images of the front fender, and with this particular vehicle, it's a really sharp edge, and I think it's a lot of the lighting has to do with that. You know, really dark side, really you know, overexposed, and then this area right here is a little bit sharper. If we look at this particular image, it's the same exact thing. This area comes to a sharper angle. We get this, you know, curve edge here, and then it looks as though it flares up a little bit, and then I think those were the two images I referenced, as well as, you know, this is obviously, you know, a model, a 3D model, and they all have the same bit of information. One thing I don't like when I watch tutorials is how, like, I'll look at the video right after they get finished creating it, and they've done something completely different to it that they didn't even like share with you. So one of those particular areas for me, as I let the light shine over it, there's just some really weird areas, like right here and underneath here, that I want to fix first. And what I'm going to do is obviously select like this edge here and edit edge flow, this one here. I'll edit the edge flow there, and let's see here, oh, that guy too. Edit edge flow, and then I'll select this edge, go back over here, and that one as well. Don't go that far. This edge, and then all the way over right there. Okay. So now it's looking much cleaner. Let's see here. If I press 1 on this guy, now I definitely want this sharper edge here, and what I'm going to do is add another edge loop in here. So I'll go to edge loop. I'm going to add an edge loop right there. Okay. And I'll select this guy here, hold shift, double click. I'll use my edit edge flow to bring it over, and then I'm going to take this edge right here and that one, hold shift, right mouse click and hold, slide edge tool, and I'm going to drag it over to the right. I'll press W and then I'll move it down like so. And now that I moved it down, I can get a little bit sharper edge. Move it over, and I'll press 3. It's kind of getting there. Let's press 1. Let's see here. Okay, now I definitely don't want this vertex to intersect, so let me go to my top view. I'll bring this guy like that. I'll select this vertex, move it over, and let's select this edge. I'll hold shift, double click, edit edge flow, and let's select this guy, edit edge flow. Okay, now I want to move this over here and that one like that. Okay, and excuse me, last but not least, probably I'm going to try to select this one here and that one there and move it closer let's move it up, and let's take this one. I'll hold shift and I'll move it to the right, move it up, and let's see what happens when I press 3 on this. Okay, a little bit more sharper, a little bit more defined, and let's see what I can do now is, let's see what happens if I take this edge, come all the way over here and bring it up and closer. I'll take this one as well. So I'm just trying to squeeze these edges closer together so they form a sharper angle. And now when we press 3, we get that really clear defined edge. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is get the front part of the geometry to curve over like that. and that should be relatively easy. So I go to edge, press 1, click this edge, hold shift, double click this edge. I'll press Control E, I'll move it forward. I'll press W to bring it down, and I'll select, let's see here. I'll hold D. Actually, let's just bring it closer. There. Almost. Let's go to our front view. Get that vertex to line up. Now I'm gonna press and hold W, go to world, and I'll bring it straight down in the world axis. Get it to align right there, right here, and then those two vertices. So hold V to snap it, highlight those two, make sure that you don't have more than 2 vertices selected, hold shift, right mouse click and hold. Go to merge vertices, merge to center. I go to my side view. I'm going to hide that image, and let's just try go back to component mode and take these guys, move it down. Let's see what else we need to work on. Go back to my front view. I'll take this guy, move it down like this. And so we're trying to get this really nice curved edge. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to look a little bit funky now in our perspective. No, it looks good. So let's keep working that in the front view. Now I'm going to hold W and go back to my world and just slide it to the left. Take this guy, slide to the left. This one, slide to the left. Right there. And it's looking closer to what we want it to be like. And since it does curve over like this, I'm going to add one more edge loop tool in here. And I'm going to hold shift, right mouse click and hold, actually object mode, insert edge loop tool option box, equal distance from edge, and then let's do something. We're gonna have to use a multi-cut tool right here. So mesh tools, multi-cut. I'll hold shift to bring it all the way through here. Shift, and then I'm gonna put one right here. I'll hold shift, shift, all the way down like this. Press enter. Now we get this weird funky edge. So I'll just click right here, here, press enter, and we have our quad. But what I really want to do is get rid of this, like, although it's a quad, I would much rather have it look something like that. I press enter. We can delete that little edge there. We'll use the multi-cut again. I'll click on that one, hold shift, put it right between there. And so now in my front view we have a smoother angle. I'll click here. Let's try to get these guys to align. I'll go back to the component mode. Do that. Bring this one down like so. And that's 100 times better. Okay, last but not least, let's go ahead and curve these guys inward. So I'll hold W, left mouse click and hold, world. Let's see. My top view is looking pretty decent. Side view is okay. And I'll curve these guys back under like so. So these three, bring them back. I'll go back to my perspective. I'll select these four and bring them inward. And you know what, this entire edge here, are these vertices along here, need to wrap back inward. So let's move it like that. And if I go like inside of the front fender and move it over, I think that this is a wrap. So if we wanted to refine it, then you could select a few vertices and move them out to get a smoother edge. Press 3, and I think it's looking really sharp, really clean. If you want sharper edges, then all you have to do is bring edges closer to each other like that. Press 1, bring edges closer, press 3, and that looks really nice. Okay, so that concludes the front fender. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.